All right, so we're going to talk about area today. I think you probably have some experience with this before you got here, so there's not a whole lot new that we're going to do today. So today is sort of a reminder, and then tomorrow we're going to get into some things that may be a little bit new for you. So area, remember, area, there are three things that people tend to get confused on, so please look up here at the board. We have area, you can think of a rug or carpet or flooring or something like that. So area is what it takes to cover something. And that's the distance, the definition. It says the number of square units in a two-dimensional figure. What does it take to cover something? So if you wanted to circle anything on there, I would circle the word cover because that can help you remember. So area is about covering something. Now, perimeter is the distance around something. You can think of a fence for perimeter. We don't really deal much with perimeter in 6th grade because I think you've already done a lot of that. But just remember, the difference is area is covering something, but perimeter is going around it like a fence. And then we're going to get to volume in a little bit, and that you could think of a pool, like water in a pool. That would be volume, filling something up. How much can something hold? That has to do with volume. So area, perimeter, and volume. People tend to get confused between these three. So I want to start it off by telling you sort of the difference between this, and we'll keep going on that. So for area, you can think carpet, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. The answer is always in square units. In other words, centimeters squared, feet squared, inches squared, or if we don't know them, we could call them units squared, okay? Because it's actually made up of little squares in a way. All right. Now, this is on the front of your foldable, and the first step on here is the most important thing for you to do. So please circle it. It says, when you are solving an area problem, the first thing I want you to do is write down the formula. Now, some of you are going to say, I don't need to do that, but there are two reasons for you to do it, so please listen. The first reason is it will help it to sink into your brain. The more times you write it, the more times it gets into your brain. The second reason is because people get confused all the time between the area of a triangle and the area of a rectangle or four-sided figure. So because people get confused, I want you to keep writing the formula so that in your brain you will have the difference because you've written it so many times. The other thing that's great about formulas, and these are really simple formulas, but the other thing that's great about formulas is once you know one, all you have to do is plug numbers into it and it gives you the answer. So you should always feel like when you see a formula, hallelujah, they gave me a formula. All I have to do is plug in numbers, solve it, follow order of operations, and I'm done. Okay, because it's much harder when you have to remember something than it is when they give you a formula. Okay? So the formula is going to involve base and height. So we're going to talk about those. So once we write down our formula, we're going to have to find the base and the height, plug in whatever numbers we have for base and height, and then solve and label our answer. Okay, so those are our steps. So let's go into a couple of things. If you'll open up your foldable, this is inside. Now, base and height seems relatively simple, but there are a couple of places where people get confused. Okay, if you go to the doctor and they are measuring how tall you are, do you stand like this?
No.
Do they measure you like this?
No.
What do they say? Stand straight, right? So height is never measured like this. In other words, height is never measured on a slanted line. It's always measured on a straight up and down line. Okay, that's something to remember because if you have a triangle like this and you are trying to find the area of it, you're going to need the base and the height. So the base is going to be where the height comes from, and the height is always going to be straight up and down. In this case, this height is straight up and down because it goes straight across from the base. But here, both of these lines are slanted. So two things to remember. Never use a slanted line. And number two, if you see a dashed line, it's probably the line you're supposed to use. Okay? So two things that can kind of help you. If you see a dashed line on a figure, it's probably the line you're supposed to use. And if it's not straight up and down, don't use it. Slanted lines never work. Okay? All right, so the base and the height will always make a right angle. So you can see right here, let's draw it on the board. So you can see right here, this is a right angle. Y'all know what a right angle is, right? Anybody not know what that is? It's like the corner of a piece of paper. That's a right angle. Okay? So the base and the height here are making a right angle. The base and the height here are making a right angle. Look, that can't be a right angle, right? Because it's not straight up and down. And the base and the height here are making a right angle. Okay? All right. Okay, so you have some formulas. And I want you to look at the formulas inside of your foldable for a second. And I just want you to make some observations. So look at that for a minute. And in a second, I'm going to ask you for some things that you notice about those shapes and their formulas. Okay, so we really only have 3 formulas that we're going to be working with. This one is a triangle. It's one formula. This one, and that one, they're all 4-sided figures, and they all have sides that are, at least some of them, are parallel or equal. So all 3 of these have the same formula. You see that? This one, because it has one side longer than the other, has a different formula. So we really only have 3 formulas to memorize. And when you get to the milestone, they're going to give you this formula, they're going to give you that formula, but they're not going to give you this one. So we're going to work on practicing that one. But they will give you that one and that one. These are the 2 easy ones too. This one is the hardest to remember, but you'll do it because you're smart. Okay, so just remember, there really are only 3 formulas. A triangle, we have to half it. The other 3 4-sided figures are all the same except for this one because it has different side lengths. Do you see that? The sides are different lengths, yes or no? No. Yes. That's why this one has a different formula. If you can keep that in your mind, these are all the sides are basically the same, right? But not this one. Okay. All right, so look in your notes there. I have this little example that I've already worked out for you. So let's say you have, this is almost a square, but it's really a rectangle. And it has one side that's 3 inches, one side that's 2 inches. These are the steps I want you to follow. You're going to write the formula. Area equals base times height. Why are we writing the formula over and over again? What was our reason? To get it in your brain. Okay. And then all we had to do was substitute in our 2 numbers. So we substituted in 3 and 2. By the way, it does not matter which one we call the base and the height. That can help you. Okay, it really won't matter in this case which one we call the base and the height. So, because depending on how you were looking at it, you could think this one's the base and this one's the height. It really won't matter because all we're going to do is multiply them anyways. So that makes it easy. So we're going to multiply 2 times 3. Also notice I didn't put inches in here. I didn't have to. I put it on my answer, but I didn't write it up in here. I don't have to do that. So I just put 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And that's 6 inches. And then remember it's squared because it's in the shape of squares. Okay? All right, so now we're going to practice with the examples in your notes. Who remembers? It says in your notes, but what's the name of that shape right there? Okay, it is a quadrilateral. And it's specifically called a parallelogram. You see it? Okay, so this is a parallelogram. All right, let's follow the steps that I just told you to follow. So our first step is to write the what? Formula. So let's write it. A equals BH. You don't have to put a time sign in between, anything like that. A equals BH. Now, remember, the base and the height have to make a right angle. So it has to be this and that. Also, I said if there's a dashed line, most of the time you're going to use it, right? So do you see that there are 3 numbers? We have 10, 8, and 12. We only need 2 because we need a base and a height. Which one don't we need? 10. It's a slanted line. We never measure height slanted. And we always, or almost always, are going to use the dashed line. So we're going to use 12 and 8. Okay? And does it matter which one we call the base and the height? No. So we're going to write area equals 12 times 8. That's it. Then A equals, what is 12 times 8? Who's got that? 96. What is it? 96. Okay, and do we know the units? They are inches squared. So 96 inches squared. Circle your answer. All right, so what shape is this one?
Triangle.
Triangle. How many numbers does it have on it?
3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, really, written. Okay, so our first step is to write the formula. Now remember, it's a triangle, so instead of area equals base times height, it's what? Area equals, look at your notes, 1/2 base times height. Do you see it? Look in your notes where it says triangle. Where area equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, this is the most common mistake people make, is they forget to do the 1/2. But here's a big hint that I gave you, because some of you look at it and go, ooh, a fraction. Ooh, I don't want to do that. Well, guess what? Multiplying by 1/2, which is what this formula says, is the same thing as dividing by 2. So, instead of worrying about the fraction, we could just multiply base times height and divide by 2. And we can do that because it doesn't matter, since it's all multiplying. We can do it in any order we want to, because they're all the same. So let's write our numbers in. So area equals 1/2, don't forget to write that, times, what's the base and the height? 12 and 3, very good. Because remember, we're looking for that right angle, which we find right here. We never use these slanted lines right here. And also, there's a dotted line, which is another hint that we're on the right track. So 12 times 3. So 1/2 times, what's 12 times 3? 36. And then remember, all we have to do is divide by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Oops. And it's in centimeters. And is it plain centimeters or squared centimeters? Squared, always. Even though it's a triangle, don't let that fool you. We're still finding area. 18 centimeters squared. All right, questions on that one? All right, so what was the name of this one? Trapezoid. Let's write the formula. Area equals 1/2 height, 1/2 times the height, and then parentheses base 1 plus base 2. Now base 1 and base 2, it doesn't matter which one we call base 1 and base 2, but it's because, remember, we said they're different lengths. This one is 9 and this one is 5. So that's why we have to do it this way. So let's fill in the numbers. So area equals 1/2 times the height. What's the height?
5, 8.
Remember, it's going up and down. It's 8. The height is 8. That does matter which one you call the height on this one, because it will mess you up if you get the wrong one. And then the bases are 9 and 5. So we'll put 9 plus 5. Okay, look at your paper. Make sure yours looks like mine. And then we're going to follow order of operations. We do have to follow order of operations, at least to begin with. So area equals 1/2 times 8 times, what's 9 plus 5? 14. And then we can multiply in any order we want to. So we can have 8 times 14. I'll do it the longer way. 8 times 14. Who knows what that is?
20, 100 something.
Who's got a calculator? Somebody put it in for us. 112. So 1/2 times 112. So area equals 112 divided by 2 gives us 56. That sounds about right to me. 56. And since we're in millimeters, it's millimeters squared. 56 millimeters squared.